Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us on Tuesday. It's definitely Tuesday, Ben. Remember that. It's a lovely Tuesday as well here in the UK. The weather is gorgeous. The sun is shining, and we are here to hopefully shine some sunshine on your crafting life with some, two amazing shows still to come your way today. Launch party coming up a little bit later on from 6, where we're going to be concentrating on, amongst other things, the Gemini 2 and the new plates. But this show, Masterclass, all about helping you get to grips with a particular product or a particular style of crafting. Today we're going to be concentrating on this Say It With Flowers collection. We've got a big kind of selection of the original collection available for you today, and lots of mini bundles that you can get your hands on as well. So it's a case really of, if you've already got this collection, giving you lots of inspiration and ideas, and also giving you the opportunity to ask questions about this collection if you've already got it and you're a little bit stuck, or maybe you're looking for some ideas of your own, but also a great opportunity for you, if you haven't yet picked up this collection, to get the full selection, to get components of it. Hopefully along the way you are going to be inspired by Jan. At least 4, possibly 5 demos coming your way over the course of the next couple of hours, so lots to stay tuned for, and lots to be chatting about as well, because it's a jam-packed show. It's a jam-packed and jam-packed show, more about which I'll tell you in just a few moments time. But let's say hello to the lovely lady herself, who's over the other side of the studio, looking marvellous, ready to inspire you. It is the one and only Jan Brown. How are you?
I am good, thank you. Yep, had a little bit of lunch. I know you've been and had a bit of sunshine.
I did.
So yes, it was a nice break, and I like these. I like the masterclasses, I must admit. Yeah, so I've got quite a few demos lined up, if we can fit them in, showing you just different ideas of what you can do with elements from the bundle, whether you already have it, whether you want to buy into it today. We've got the big bundle. We've broken it down into smaller bundles, so we've got a bit of something to suit everybody, Ben. So shall we have a little look at some samples?
Yeah, see what we could be making.
Just a little bit of tempting. Yeah. So I did show this one this morning, but I just wanted to bring it back in again. It's really, really pretty, and I only showed you the front of it. It is actually an easel card here, so you can just see how that's been done with one of the frames, and then these beautiful sentiment dies, which we're going to use one of these. We're going to use the Happy Birthday one in the first demo, but again, real nice statement pieces. These would be great for popping your shaker pieces behind. You could stamp inside here in the aperture if you wished. So that's just one with the frames. Again, it's all about the flowers, and we do have the flower foam in here, so if you like making your little foam flowers, you know, maybe you just want an afternoon sat making the flowers, cutting them out with the dies. We've got 3 separate flower dies, and they're absolutely beautiful. Again, create some dimension on your card, so you can be making gift boxes to pop them in, or gift bags, hand delivering them if you've got that kind of dimension on them. Again, just showing you those beautiful sentiments again, enough to be the focal point on your card. You know, you can add them as a sentiment, but I think, you know, they are a good size to just be the focal point on your card. We're going to have a go with the, you'll laugh when you say, I'll save this as a surprise. Anybody that's seen me with this before, Ben, I don't think Ben has. So when I get my stamp out to do this in a little while, spot the difference. Okay, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous peony stamp there. If you like your colouring, it's a nice one to stamp more than once, and decoupage. We're just going to use a partial stamp element with this later in one of the demos, so that's that one. You've got that gorgeous frame, which can be used in so many different ways. There are lots of cards with this on, and I pulled this one out because it's got the little invisible thread in, so you've got the little twirly bits.
Producer Dean likes that.
Absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Yeah. So if you actually turn this before you pop it in the card, and actually sort of turn the invisible thread so that it's tightening it up, lay it flat. All right, so the person takes it out of the envelope. When they open it up, it automatically goes into action. So yeah, just a really nice sort of kinetic element on there. Again, a lot of these were launched, these cards were done for the launch of the collection, so they have got the paper pad elements in the background. I was talking about this earlier, if you're watching us on Wake Up Call. It's a floral collection, so we do lots of floral pads, and I've sort of tried to incorporate a couple of different elements in there. The one I did this morning was using the summer meadow. We've got the wildflowers in there. You've got elements probably from the Bohemian that would work with it. So many different ones, and even going back further to that, you know, I've still got paper pads from sort of years back, And then that's that gorgeous embossing folder on that one. It really is pretty. I did it in a much more pastel tone this morning, but bringing in that vibrancy with the inks and the stencils to get that precision colouring over the top of the 3D embossing. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, we're going to work our way through. I've got fairly simple to start off with, and then we're going to work our way through and finish off maybe with a bit more advanced one if we can fit them all in for you this afternoon.
Looking forward to all of that. Lots to come. Loads of you with us. We've got Rachel with us on the socials this afternoon. Lois is in with us from Ohio. Kathy Lear joins us from Illinois. Sarah Brown says, hi again, my friends, back for more fun. Hoping you're all well at Crafters TV. Sending you all hugs from Melbourne, Australia. Sherry Burns is in from Indianapolis. Gareth Dobbs says, a very lovely afternoon to all from the scalding hot Isle of Wight. Scalding hot. How hot is that in the Isle of Wight? Is that like late 20s, 30 degrees? Let us know. We've got 23 degrees here, I think, currently. Lovely. I was out there eating me lunch in the sunshine. It's gorgeous. Rhonda says, hello, Jam, Ben, Team Social, crew, and all my crafty friends. Been looking forward to this masterclass. Ask the questions as well. That's what we're here for during the masterclass. If there's anything you want to ask us, feel free. Kathy Green is in. Good morning, Jan and Ben, from my favourite place in the US, Mechanicsburg. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, Mechanicsburg. It's sunny in Mechanicsburg. Always sunny in Mechanicsburg. I bet it is. Do you know that, I'm sure you do, Kathy sent me an actual wrench from Mechanicsburg. Did you know that? Yeah, got a wrench. Because I said Mechanicsburg is like, how cool is it? Like, where do you live? I live in Mechanicsburg. So I said it's my favourite named place in the US, just slightly ahead of Wiki Watchy. And so she sent me an actual Mechanicsburg wrench.
Very good. Yeah. There you go, you see.
Still got it in my drawer in the green room. You know, just in case anything needs tightening. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. And Kirsty D says, good afternoon everyone, I'm home from work and I'm settled in on the sofa with a nice cold chocolate milkshake. Ooh, come on. Milkshake in between the next two shows, gang. What do we reckon? No one's listening to me. I'll get one for myself. Right, let us... Oh, George is going to have one. We're going to have a look at this collection in just a second. One thing I do want to tell you about, though, not only do we have the Gemini 2 plate still available for you and that Gemini Everything bundle available for you as well, but over on the website, you will see that it is £10 Tuesday. If you're in the US, it's $10 Tuesday. Click on that and find all of these amazing deals. We'll have a scroll through here. Jan and I have just selected a few that we really love, that have caught our eye. What I will say is, when £10 $10 Tuesday springs around, a lot of these deals, and you'll see actually just as we scroll through, some of these have already gone, but a lot of the deals disappear quickly because we don't have huge stocks of a lot of the items that are there, and people do tend to get up early and grab them. They're great if you're on a bit of a budget. They're also brilliant as well to pick up some steals of deals if you are perhaps getting close to getting your free shipping. If you're a few bucks off, then check out the deals there. Because there are some fantastic ones. I tell you what, just before we won't spend too long on this, before we just go through this collection, just to show you some of our favourites. Jan, you picked a couple over there from Tenner Tuesday.
That was sort of pertinent to me because I'm always talking about our multi-purpose cards.
Yeah.
And to get this, 60 sheets of this, 300 GSM for £10 or $10, it would definitely be in my basket. This is what I call core product.
Yeah.
I've always got multiples of these in my drawer, along with the black card stock, the craft card, watercolour, Nina, all those ones that I go to all the time. Make a lot of my own card blanks out of this. Fabulous for stamping on, fabulous for die cutting on, embossing. It literally is, which is why we've called it multi-purpose. So £10, $10 for that one. The other one that I picked out, again, this is something I need to order actually. This one is our little storage bag. Beautiful Crafter's Companion purple. So many different pockets in here, all the way around it, all the way around the outside. You've got two carry handles with a Velcro fastener. So for the extra strength at the top there, you can see how this actually wraps around the handles. Yeah. It's fastened to one of them. It also comes with the long shoulder strap as well. And you have got extra pockets on the inside. And again, for £10, and this is why I picked this one, because if I just bring, oh dear.
Oh, you got yours under
carefully.
There. Hello, is that the same one?
My very, very loved one that's been coming backwards and forwards. It's well battered where it's been in and out of the car. I really could do with replacing it if I can get on the website.
Well stocked as well.
It is. You can see how much, if I take the cloth out of here, just how much. This stays packed. It's got all my equipment. It's got pens, pencils, scissors, you name it, all my, you know, hole punchers, craft knives, a whole caboodle of paintbrushes in one end. It's got things like glues, water sprays, tape pens. I've got a little personal section in here where I keep my lippy and my hand cream and what else is in there? My compact mirror, that kind of thing.
Kitchen sink.
Literally, yeah, it's like Mary Poppins bag, it really is. So to get that for £10, I need to get myself on the website, Ben, because this one is starting to look a little bit battered. You can see the edges where the plastic, but then I have been using it for what, 4 years, I think? Backwards and forwards, and literally this is the one that I grab when I come up to work up here. Two different ones there that I picked sort of because they're the ones that I use all the time. Yeah. So if this disappears,
we know where it's gone. We'll get you frisked on the way out.
Just taking it downstairs.
We had to get Debbie Robinson frisked the other night because she was stealing all sorts of stuff. Jake had to caution her on the way home. I've got some other deals which I'll show you in a bit, but just as I won't spend any time on these. Double-sided plates for a tenner, totally Tiffany storage for a tenner, ink pads. 12 by 12 pads for a tenner as well. My absolute favourites, the gnomes is in there. Grab these whilst you can. And by the way, we talk about Tenner Tuesday. That's before your discount as well. So if you're platinum, all of these deals come down to £8 or $8. So get those whilst you can. Right, we're going to go for the Sated Flowers collection. I tell you what, I will very, very quickly and speedily go through everything you're going to get in the full bundle, and then we'll get on to the first demo here. £82.40 or $107.20. I tell you what, I feel like we've been waffling. I'll do the boards in a second, but you're going to get everything that you're seeing here. You're getting beautiful dies, you're getting stunning embossing folders and stencils, you're getting templates in here, you're getting your flower forming foam in there as well. This is the big bundle which I'll take you through in just a few moments time. If you go to the Shop the Show and Shop the Day page, you'll see some smaller bundles where we've broken them down into die sets and flower forming sets, and all these smaller bundles if your budget doesn't stretch to $82.40 or $107.20 today. But listen, if you're on the fence, stand by with us because we've got some fantastic demos to come, which I think will make you jump off the fence and go, I'm going to grab this by the end of the show. So let's get on with the first demo. Anything that you want to see, anything you want to ask, and also anything you want to show. If you want to send any pictures of any makes you've done with this collection, you can send those in to us as well on the usual email address, which is studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Right, Jan, over to you.
Right, okay, so what I tried to do, and I sort of touched on this if you were watching this morning, was we looked at that whole bundle, which Ben will go through shortly, but we've broken it down into smaller bundles so that if you're not in for the whole thing, there may be some aspects of it that you're interested in. So the first one that I'm going to work with is like a little sentiment bundle. Okay. So it's got all three of the sentiments. You get the happy birthday, you get dearest friend, and you get just for you, which are all the similar format. They're a two-piece die set with the what I call the matte layer and then that beautiful wording. We're going to cut this one out in a second. And then also that sentiment stamp that I was talking about earlier, which has got some really nice sentiments in. So I'm going to use these in conjunction with each other, and it's something that I do quite like to do if I'm sort of doing something in a rush. So what I'm going to do is bring in my stamping mat and little stamping plate here. I'm just going to pop some cardstock underneath because I'm stamping off the edge. And I've already started this, but basically creating my background using the stamps. So I took the You Brighten My Day and the Happy Birthday. Okay. And literally all I've done is started off the edge of the page, and I've just started stamping all the way around the edge of it. I've just left a little bit to finish off here. So literally I've then alternated them. You can see how this has gone round, just all the way around the edge. So all I've got left to do now then is just to fit one of these in here. Okay. Yep. And again, I'm on that sort of pink theme with this one. You know me. Pink's my favourite colour, so everything has to have pink in, you know. So all I've done is to, again, opaque inks. I'm on the Plum Jam, which is the deepest one of the three pinks. And I'm going to do what they call second generation stamping, because I only want this to be faint. It is a background when all's said and done. I want this to be the focal point, and I don't want this to get in the way of it. Yeah. So again, I'm going to ink up, but I'm actually going to stamp off on my background. It is still quite faint, but what that does is take away some of the ink so that when I get it onto the background here, it's not too sort of in your face. Like I say, there's a hit. It's very, very light, that one. I think my ink pad's suffering from the heat. Let's just try it as it was there. Got to try and line it up now. This is where I'd normally use my magnetic, but it's okay if it's not. There we go. And then I'm going to take that one off and use You Brighten My Day.
Aww.
And again, just a little bit of ink. And then I'm going to pop that one in the gap there. I'd already lined these up at home, and I thought, well, I'll just leave those last two bits so that you can see how I've worked around. The little star is from one of my sets at home that I just wanted to fill in some of the gaps. So any embellishment that you've got in some of the stamp sets have embellishments in them, just to fill in the gaps there. And then all I did was straight to the card, and I've just gone round the edge just to focus your eye into where we're working. So that's actually going to be my background layer. So again, let's move the stamping platform out of the way there. And I've got my card blank at the ready. So again, this is a 5x7. And I've taken some textured cardstock for the background. You can see we borrowed a piece again to use for the next layer. And this is going to form the first layer of my card. So I'm going to get that one stuck down so it can be drying, and then we'll cut the die.
Okay.
So all I have to say to myself when I'm doing this now is just to put glue around the edge. Normally I would put glue all over.
Oh yes, of course.
But because I've taken the middle out of this card, I don't need to put it in the middle because it will stick to the mat. And how does Jan know this?
Is it because Jan's
Because
done it
I've
before?
done it on many a time.
Yay!
And I thought, oh no, there's glue everywhere because I'd put it in the middle. There we go. So I'm just going to stick that around the edge, and then we can add the rest of it to pop it onto the card.
It's a nice frugal way to do things as well, isn't it, if you want to save your card and paper?
It is. I don't do it with all my card.
No.
Obviously pink, yes, I save all the bits of pink because they come in handy for all sorts of things. And luxury card, things like glitter card, I would always take the centre out of. If it's a colour I'm not so bothered about, sometimes I will leave it as a whole mat inside.
Yeah.
But you'll see in a second that I actually wanted, the piece that I've cut out the middle is actually going to be the next layer.
Okay.
So this is the piece that was actually cut out of the centre, and I've just matted it again with a scrap. I've been going through my scrap pack, and that's going to sit on top there. So again, we'll get that one stuck down so that that can be drying. So I've just put some foam on the back of this one to raise it. You can keep it flat if you wish. Okay, and again, it's habit now, and I am very much a creature of habit, regardless of what I'm sticking it onto. The foam pads always get that little bit of extra.
Especially at the minute with how hot it is in everyone's houses.
Just that little bit of insurance.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's just going to centre. This is why I've only gone round the outside of this. You could do this all over if you wanted a nice busy background, but because we're going to cover up the middle bit, I've just literally stamped all the way around the edge. So that's going to be the main part of the card. While we've got that there, as usual, to balance that, I've got my piece for inside, and this is all that multi-purpose card so far that was on that Tuesday, £10 Tuesday.
Oh yes.
So the card blank and the insert here and the piece that I've stamped on are all from that multi-purpose card pack. So again, definitely worth. And like you said, if you're platinum, it's an even better discount, isn't it?
£8 is ridiculous, isn't it? The 60 sheets.
Pop that on there, and we'll leave that one to dry for a second. And then in your die packs, there are two elements to this. So we've got the outer layer, which I tend to think of as a matte layer.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cut that in the pink. And then we've got our beautiful sort of lettering here. And I'm going to go with a little bit of, this is actually the silver satin card from the luxury card pack. So again, that one's going to go on there. So we'll just pop those on so that they don't slip. And then we'll pass these through our very, very quiet Gemini 2.
Whisper quiet.
Oh, it was very quiet. I had a little play. It was my first time earlier. And honestly, I couldn't get over how quiet it was.
Well, people were saying it was like watching a kid in a candy store.
I know. As I say, I didn't think I needed it because there's nothing wrong with my Gemini. It's working beautifully. I've only ever had the one, and it's working beautifully, and I don't want to upset it by getting another one. But having used it now, I'm just like, do I need this in my life? Right, so I'm going to pop on the two shims in between, and then again, just having a look. You can tell which way your plates need to go.
Yeah.
And I love the fact now that we can go this way. All right, which way did I put my dies on? Let me just have a look. Because I've put my dies, I'm going to put them in that way.
Okay.
And I'll explain why when I bring them back out again. So I just...
Amazing. Quiet.
Honestly.
Because at this point, normally, if we were chatting, I feel like I'd have to raise my voice.
To over it. Honestly, unbelievable.
So good.
Now, the reason I turned them landscape was because I'd placed my dies this way. This one doesn't really make any difference. It's only an outline die, but there are less cutting points across the height of the die than there is the width. So to pass it through your Gemini narrow ways, if I'd have put it through this way, I've got the width of it going through the rollers. It's just something to think about. It's not a better cut, it's just the pressures distributed better. So again, we've got that beautiful cut on that one. And then I've got my little outline, which is going to be the matte layer. So again, we'll get rid of the extra pieces, pop those back on there. So this one's perfect size now to actually get what we need here. And again, like I said, there's always in your die, there's always areas that are release holes for the die. So once you've got that away, I usually, like I say, turn it this way so that I can control how it's coming out of the die.
Yeah.
And just be gentle, you know, you've got a lot of gaps in that one. But you can just see there now when we turn that over, lay this one down on here.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Absolutely gorgeous. You know, all that work's been done for you. So you can just see there, and doing it in the silver just adds that little touch of luxury to it there. Now, what I had done was I'd cut this once in the plain white card as well.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to use my dotty tape pen on the top of this one, and I'm going to stick two together. I often do this with my die cuts. It just makes them a bit more sort of an embellishment, you know, it makes them a little bit more sturdy. And I often do this, you know, whether it's 2 layers of the white card, 2 layers of craft card. In this case, I'm not going to waste the silver underneath it. I've just done a white one, and then I'm going to lay, because it's a die cut, I know that that silver one's going to line up perfectly over the top of here. You can offset it if you wish. I know some of the team like to do the drop shadow. In this instance, I just want it to be another layer. So I'm just going to line it up best I can. That bit's misbehaving. There we go. And literally I just want to give it a little bit of substance, a bit of thickness.
Yeah.
So that it actually behaves like a topper. And again, because we've done it with the dies, it lines up. You wouldn't know. It's just something that I get into the habit of doing it. I often do it with my sentiments and things like that, the little die cut sentiments. And then we're going to pop this one on here. So again, I'm going to come back in with the dots.
Okay.
So we're going to use that one again on the back of here. Just be mindful of where the die's going. You know, so if you've got any little curly bits, go the same way as the die so that you're not snagging them with the tape pen. And then this one's going to lay down onto the mat, which is all lined up beautifully. So you don't have to think about, you know, where it's going to go. You can see that you've got that lovely border all the way around it there. And I just think they are gorgeous for that sort of focal point with your card. So if we bring the card back in now, this is going to go on here.
Oh, that's great.
You can see you could add another set of foam pads if you wished under there. I'm actually going to put this layer flat because I don't want it to be too deep. So again, cardstock to cardstock, straight for the all-purpose glue. And then I'm just going to lay that one in the centre. And because it's that all-purpose, you've got time to just then wriggle it into place. Just eyeballing that it's about central. And then all I've got just to finish it off is my little die that sits on my desk. It gets used over and over again. I've just popped some little butterflies out. I didn't know whether we needed any more jewels on there. I'm not sure we do need the sparkles on there, but I will put the butterflies on. So we're just going to pop a little bit of glue on there. Maybe not that much glue, Jan. Take your own advice. Less is more. And then we're just going to dot those about. I've got 2 pink ones.
Yeah.
And then the white one, I'm going to sit on the actual die cut. So again, pop that one on the top of there. I'll save those for another time.
Perfect.
So again, you can see there, just highlighting that happy birthday, using the stamps to make the background, and then we've got the greeting inside there, happy birthday. And there you go.
Absolutely brilliant. What a great way to get started on that collection. Full collection is there, which I'll take you through. Just worth bearing in mind, as Jan was saying, as we've been talking about, we do have the smaller bundles for you as well. So perhaps if you just want to recreate that particular project, you can go for this collection, which has got all of the dies in there and the stamps as well. So this is a smaller bundle, aside from the main collection that we've got here. If you shop for it on the Shop the Day page, I think it's just called your die sentiments and stamps, but you're getting all of those dies in there. So you've got your happy birthday, you're going to get your dearest friend, you've got the just for you as well, and then of course you've got all of your stamps in there as well. So very thankful for you, you brighten my day, thinking of you. So that is a smaller bundle on its own. That's not 82.40 or 107.20. That deal will be on the website for you at a smaller price. However, if you want to get that alongside everything else in the bundle, then this is all of the goodies that you get in the 17-piece collection. So you've got your intricate arc die. There's some beautiful frames in here as well. That classic Baroque is gorgeous. Love the fact in here too that you get your little corner dies on there. You've got these dies here which you can multi-cut and create your own frames of any size with. You've also got within that set your floral splendor, and again, these are absolutely beautiful. Perfect for doing things like your paper piecing with, perfect for making little shakers with, of course, as well. And then you've also got your timeless elegance. Now, those again make up this big bundle, but those 4 sets there also make up your intricate frame set. It's a 4-piece collection available at a smaller price if you just want to get those 4. And then on top of that, within the main bundle, you've got all of these goodies as well. Now, this one is your flower forming collection, where you are going to get all your flower forming dies and templates as well. So, charming chrysanthemum, and what you'll see with all of these is you've got the ability to be able to cut out the actual florals themselves, cut out your dies there too, with the leaves, and then you've got all of the embossed detail in there as well. Use your papers, use your foam, use your vellums, felts, whatever it might be, but you've got chrysanthemums in there. We're also going to bring you the delightful rose collection, and also you're going to get the beautiful peony. So those are the dies. 12 sheets of foam that come with that as well, plus you get all of the templates to make your flowers with. These originally came with your crepe paper, but as we were talking earlier on, you can use whatever material you want really, but you've got the ability to make your dahlias, you've got your ability to make your garden roses. Here is the templates to make the peony. And then you've also got your template for your carnation. As I've mentioned, you will get your 12 sheets of foam alongside that as well, and all of your beautiful organza ribbon included too. You're getting 3 colours, 3 different widths of each in there, so it's actually 9 rolls of ribbon, and that bundle is £27.53 or £35.76 if you want to go for that on its own. However, all of that comes in the main bundle alongside the final smaller bundle, which Jan was using this morning, which is this one here, which is the Statement Flower Stamp and Die Embossing Folder collection. So this is the floral bouquet. That edgeable is absolutely stunning. Jan created a wonderful card with this earlier on actually, which won the demo of the show. Bit of paper piecing backed onto some acetate. It looked amazing. So you've got that die in there. You've also got a stamp and die set, which is your pretty peonies. Gorgeous, really, really big size stamp. Plenty of area for you to be colouring whatever your favourite colouring medium is. Die to be able to cut that out. And also, I've just noticed with that as well, that's one of your split dies too, so you can place that wherever you want it to go on your cardstock, whether you want it on the edge or whether you want to cut the whole thing out, it's entirely up to you. You've then got your sentiments in there as well, things like your friendship, brightens my day and you make me smile. Oh. And then you're also going to get your 3D embossing folder with all of the stencils in there as well. So if you've ever wondered how this kind of beautiful colour is created, it's done by using that beautiful embossing folder and then using all of the different stencils that you've got there as well to create all of these individual elements to make your, I mean, that's a card in itself there, isn't it? Really just add a sentiment, add an embellishment, and you've got a beautiful project there. That is £18 £22.70 or $24.92 for that bundle. However, if you love everything that I've just shown you there, that's where you go for the full bundle, £82.40 or $107.20 for everything that I've just shown you. That's your platinum price, whether you're in the UK or the US. What I would say to you is, though, if you're going for that full collection today because you love the look of all of it, don't leave it on $107.20. Top it up to your free shipping in the US, 125. So maybe add in a few of those Tenner Tuesday deals. By the way, I can see a few of those are already disappearing, so you will have to be quick. But whichever way you go, take advantage of the deals on the Say It With Flowers today. We're busy across the board. A few comments coming through. Robbie says, I couldn't resist the new G2. Those have been flying out. That we had a limited stock in the US yesterday, which is now gone. You say, I'll probably sell my junior, but keep my OG. Barbara R says, Jan, I also put wet glue on my foam pads. There's a lot of people kind of turning to that kind of doing things. And Hannah says, as Jan is here, less than other crafters, it's only been the last few weeks that I've realised she's blooming awesome, says Hannah.
Bless.
Hannah's only been with us since February, I think, isn't it, Hannah? So yes, Jan is blooming awesome. She does great demos after great demo, and she explains things brilliantly, says Hannah.
Oh, thank you.
In case you didn't know, I think most people do. Jan used to be a teacher. That's why she's very good at explaining things. Yeah, so that's the reason why. She's awesome. She's awesome. Any more questions you want to fire in, feel free to. Any comments as well. If you've already got this collection as well, feel free to fire those pictures in. We'd love to see what you've been making with your collection. Get social on Facebook and indeed on YouTube as well. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk if you want to send in pictures of your makes, and we will share those perhaps towards the end of the show. As I say, don't forget it's £10 Tuesday too. Also, don't forget we've still got the Gemini plates, Gemini 2 plates on the website for you, which are also flying. But let us get back to it. Second demo of the potentially, I reckon we're going to get in 5 here, aren't we, at this rate?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. It's like, I'm glad you were talking there. I don't know if you saw me beavering away over here.
I didn't know what you were doing. I saw you doing something, so I thought I'd just keep talking.
Oh my goodness. I've just reached over for something and very foolishly left my drink sat on the desk, which you can now see has this much in, because the rest of it was all over the desk.
Yikes.
So yes, everything's just been the desk's lovely and clean at this side.
Clean. I can see how clean it is.
Yeah, I've just had, things are reflecting off it now. I might need my sunglasses on. But yes, I've just had to have a little mop up because it just, unfortunately, it went away from me and not towards me. It could have been worse.
You
but
see,
yes.
I'm ever the pro. I saw Jan was doing something,
Yeah,
but I
he
didn't
just kept
stop.
talking,
I
bless
just
him.
kept going. I'll just keep talking until she gets back in place. I don't know what's gone on, but there you go.
I disappeared off the camera, but I was like, where's she gone? Busy mopping all the stuff up. But yes, we're good. Right, so back to the collection then. So this time I've moved on to the smaller bundle that is the die sort of element of it. So in this one you've got the frame dies, you've got this gorgeous intricate arc, and then we're going to use the Baroque frame as well, the classic Baroque, which has also got some little extra pieces in which are going to come up. I've used the corners in this one. This one's going to come up later on in one of the other demos. So lots of different pieces again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the card blank in first, because I have done this one on a couple of occasions now and it's become a favourite.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still not quite sure what it's called. It's like a half style shutter card, something like that. But I did it originally and it had such a lot of interest that I brought it back again and did it, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to go with it again. So just for the benefit of people that haven't seen it before, if I put this on the screen, and then you can take a screenshot there, because this is actually the template that you need to make the card. So it starts out as a piece of 12 by 6 inch cardstock, and then I've marked where you need to score and fold. So all the pink lines, so here, this one, the long one, and the two top ones are score lines. And then the blue lines, you will need a cutting tool, or if you have one of the trimmers that has the loose bit that trims, you can actually trim from a certain point to a certain point, and you can get, because what you need to do is actually cut those lines in the side of it here. So if I turn it this way, you can see here, this one I've cut through, and the same at this side. And then just folding, I've put at the bottom, the M's are mountains, the V's are valleys. So a mountain fold, the fold faces up, like the top of your mountain, a valley fold, the fold's actually in the bottom, so
Yeah.
it's creating that V. So that you can, and it all folds up to a 6 by 6 inch card blank. Okay.
Okay.
So that's where we're heading, and then obviously we've got all the different areas to decorate it with. And to do that, I'm going to incorporate both of these dies. Now I've already cut one of them just to speed things up a little bit, but this is really, really clever in that, again, it's in 2 pieces. So this one doesn't have the cutting edge again, so you can cut that beautiful arc into a design if you wish. You could have it in the front of a card or on the side of a card. It'll go vertical, horizontal. You can cut the 2 together to make a whole. So cut one side, line it up and make a whole circle from it, and then you could pop a sentiment in the centre, so quite versatile. But we've also given you the cutting edge. But the bit that I like about this is it's not just the plain outline shape of the die, it's actually a shape in its own right, because you could cut this out and you've got some detail here that would cut into your design as well, and you'd get like the solid piece like that. But if you cut them together, you're actually going to get that lovely arc shape, and you can see there. Now that's what I've done with mine. I've cut it out as one piece, and you can see here, minus taken the little piece off the bottom, and I'll explain why I've done that when we get to put it on the card. So that's the whole thing. I cut it out as the whole thing, the 2 dies together, and I've just put it in my guillotine and actually put a straight edge on it for what I want to use it for, and I'll show you what I mean in a second.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to cut, I haven't done this one, I thought we'd do this one on the show, and I've just got some pink of the satin. Again, I keep going through I had a massive clear up of my scrap box at the beginning of the year, and I'm trying to go through and use up some of the scraps.
You're more of a matte mirror-y lover over the normal mirror, aren't you?
I like both, but
Yeah.
I just find on TV the full mirror card can be a bit much in the camera.
Ah, okay.
It's like if I turn the full mirror card round, you just, like here, you're getting the sheen from it, but the mirror card is just like a proper flash of whatever colour it is. So yeah, I don't mind it. I do use it sparingly because I'm not mega shiny. I think you're right in that I probably use more matte. So again, I use this side. I can see where my matte layer was for my die here and my happy birthday. So I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to have a little look. It's been used pretty much both the same on this side. So we're going to go on here.
Yep.
Lay this one down. Again, same sequence. We've got the 2 shims. We've got the top plate. All right. And then we're going to pass that through our lovely Gemini too.
You're still cooing over this, aren't you?
I'm glad I've left things to die cut and not prepped them all.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it. That is so smooth. Honestly, I wish, those of you that haven't invested, I wish you could just come and stand here and experience it, honestly. That is so smooth and so quiet. So another little bit with housekeeping is to, you know, these bits that come out of the dies, just make sure that you've got all those off all your plates, because if there's any bits left, they'll end up making an embossed impression into your cardstock when you cut. So yeah, just be aware of that. So again, we're going to take all the bits to one side and then take out that beautiful frame here. So again, if you go through, there should be one of the pieces should be a release. I can see there we've got that little bit. And then just lift it carefully. And the satin and the mirror card usually come out really nice. The pearl card comes out of your dies really nicely. Yeah. Get rid of any bits that are attached. There's always one little bit clinging on for dear life. And then again, if I just show you that against the white card, you could just see absolutely gorgeous. So you can have it vertical, you can have it horizontal, you could have it at an angle. I've seen one of the samples where she's whoever made cut several times and did them to make them look like a flower. So you've got the pointed bits, maybe another twice to make like 6 pieces. You know what I mean by twisting it?
Yeah,
Look really, really effective. So we're going to start and build this up now then with all the pieces. So I've made some matte layers. So we're going to put one, I said that corner piece was going to make an entrance. So here, just cut it twice in the cardstock to use as corners. And then this one is going to go inside here. Okay. And then this time, last time I did this, I had 2 long pieces and a short one in the middle. So this time I've gone the other way and I've actually gone for the long one at the edge.
Yeah.
So different ways of doing it, and then the shorter ones on the front here.
That's the papers from the collection, isn't it?
These are from the Say It With Flowers collection, yes.
Yeah.
So, as I say, some of them I used the paper pad because I had it and I knew that you guys would have it. Some of them I've incorporated papers from different pads.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to stick all those down, Ben, if you want a minute, and then I'll come back to the way that we're going to embellish it with those die cuts.
Great. Denise has just been in touch saying hi to Jan and Ben and all the crew, all my crafty friends from Virginia. I don't often get a chance to come to a live show, and I'm so happy to see you all. It's lovely to see you, Denise, as well. Thank you. I appreciate that, you know, work gets in the way a lot of the time, and you know, people perhaps don't get to watch live as often as they wish. So it's nice to see your name, Denise. Laurel, nice to see you as well. I love to see these demos, you say. It gives us more inspiration to go back and use products we have and give them another go. And I think also from reading comments and chatting to you guys over the weeks and months and years, it also sometimes reminds you that you've actually got a particular collection. We've had so many comments recently where people go, oh yeah, I forgot I got that die set.
Gosh,
I've got that stamp set.
Definitely.
I'll get it out now.
I think sometimes it's worth going through your stash just for that reason, because you do. We're all the same. All us crafters have to have all the new products, but then the ones that you've bought 2, 3, 4, 5 months, a year ago sort of end up getting buried in the rest of it. And sometimes I think, I really enjoyed this collection. I'm going to use that again, you know. So yeah, go through what you've got. And I like mixing and matching the sets as well. You know, you'll find that some of the collections, particularly the signature collections, they are made to stand alone and be able to design within the collection. But you'll find that there's quite a lot of crossover with them. So, you know, you can actually use elements from one set with another collection.
Well, I think this mini bundle, which I'll show in a second, which you're using the dies from now, is a case in point, because you look at the frames, you look at that gorgeous arc, you look at the Baroque frame that you're using there as well. That will span a whole host of different collections. Now, Margie, you've asked a question. We're not quite sure of the name, actually. You said, what is the name of this card style? We couldn't really come up with a name. It sort of half reminds me of a K card, but it's not a K card, because the K card's got
it's almost like a it's like a shutter card, isn't it?
With a bit of a Z fold.
Yeah, we need to come up with a name for it, don't we?
Anyone know the answer to what kind of card this is? Let us know.
I call it a fancy fold.
Fancy fold is good, because it's very fancy.
But maybe it's got another name, I don't know.
If you know, definitively, let us know. Jan says, Heather, it's been a while since I've seen you, and I must say, you look fantastic.
Oh, thank you, guys.
That's Heather.
I've been working very, very hard, I must admit. It's not something I normally talk about a lot, but I've always been a big girl. And I've just got to a point now where I've got those beautiful little grandbabies who are not babies anymore. My baby's 8-month-old now. Toby's just over 3, and I want to be here. I want to have time with them. I want to be able to go and play with them. I want to run around the beach with them, you know. So the weight was getting in the way. So me and my husband have both sort of taken it upon ourselves to do something about it, and I feel so much better.
That's brilliant.
I really do, yeah.
Good for you. Like you say, you've got to try and keep up with them, don't you? Especially at that age.
Oh gosh, yeah. And I mean, we've just lost a friend literally yesterday, and it just brings it home to you that life is precious, and to make every day count. It really does.
Yeah.
It was quite very, very sudden, and you know, I think it just reminds you, you know, that life's not in your hands. You need to make the most of it.
Yeah. Well,
so if we just come back onto there, you can see now, I said to you I was going to explain why I'd taken the fancy edge off here, because I want this to go right up to the edge of my card and be straight, and this is going to be a feature on this side here in that lovely pink satin. And then I'm going to turn mine horizontally here to go on that piece at the side. So just before I stick those down, I'm going to flip the whole thing over, and the bit that came off the bottom here, remember I said on the die it had that lovely little fancy edge. Waste not, want not.
Oh, cool.
It's going to make an appearance here on the back. So this is going to be my space to write a message if this is going to be sent to someone. So I've just used a little bit of scrap and literally that edge that I cut off the arc at the beginning. And I thought, why not? We'll pop it on here. It links it all together again. It just brings the back in touch with the front.
Yeah.
It strengthens your card. And again, you've got that lovely little sort of pretty edge there, just in the pink. So that's going to be on the back. So then we're going to bring in the dotty one again. And again, just nice and lightly over the back here. And this one's going to go on that right-hand edge. And I mean, you can decorate these however you wish.
Yeah.
You know, decorating cards, embellishments, I always think it's very personal, either to the person that's making or for the recipient in mind. But this was just one of my ideas with the pieces that we'd got in this collection. So I'm going to line that up with that edge and give that one a good press down.
Sandra says it's called a sideways stepper. Is that right?
Ah, it could be. Yeah. Yeah, because it's got the step in it, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that for now.
Because you could have it this way. You could also use it this way.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
So it would work this way. The other side that I was thinking of was doing two and overlapping this bit so that you've got a proper, like, mantelpiece pleaser. If you wanted a really special card, you could actually double it.
Yeah.
So that's with that. And then we're going to do the same with this one. I just need a little bit of scrap. There we go, that piece will do. Just to do, when it's a bit more open, I tend to do my dotty tape over the scrap card. Like the arc that I've just done, there was not much gap in it. So this one, just to catch any that might sneak through. And then this one's going to stick in here, but on the horizontal, so it just fits nicely from one edge to the other. And then I've just popped into my nesting dies, which I think a lot of you guys have. And I've just used one of my stitch circles to pop that one.
Very nice.
Now, you can actually put it over the top, or if you want, you can actually lift this section and tuck this inside. Depending how big your sentiment is, you can actually tuck it underneath. I'm going to stick it over the top because it's a little bit bigger than the pieces on the side. And again, this is a piece of that flat foam again. Just use up all the little bits, and that's going to sit inside here like so. Give that a stick. And then, like I said earlier, the collection has got a selection of foam for the flower forming, and we've got 3 beautiful dies in here that work beautifully, either with paper or with the foam. So we've got the peony, and you can see the shaping of this one here. We've also got the chrysanthemum, which is more of that sort of spiky shape, and then we've got the rose. Okay, and this one I've actually used just to cut some foam. I haven't gone mad with it. I've kept single layers. I haven't built them up. I sometimes just like to make the single little flowers rather than the big clusters. If you're not wanting too much depth, so I've used the smallest one of the die, and I've just cut 3 of those in the pink foam. And then all I've done is use my ball tool, just warm them up slightly on the iron, and then just use the ball tool to stretch those petals a little tiny bit. And as I say, I'm not going to get into that too much today. We've got lots and lots of videos. If you search on YouTube for the flower forming, there's loads of them on the channel that we've done in the past for using the foam. So I was just going to use these as a couple of embellishments. I'm going to have 2 on this side and then 1 just to match it over here. So all I've done with these is put some gems in the centre. If you're making the bigger flowers, you can use the stamens in the middle of them. Sometimes if they're a really big one of the flowers, I've used buttons in the middle. All sorts of different ways of using them. And then I'm going to put a couple of those inside that arc just to mix and match with the one on the left-hand side there. So again, a couple in there just to link it to this side. So the main focus was that die set with the arc and that baroque frame, but we've also brought into there the stamp set. When I count my blessings, I count you twice. Okay, and then on the back, thank you for being a true friend, which are both from that collection. And then we also snuck in the rose to make the little foam flowers on there.
I'm glad you've done that on the back, because I think sometimes a lot of these sort of concept cards, people always ask, like, well, where do I write? That's good to see that.
Don't ever be afraid to put a matten layer on the back of your card. I wouldn't just write on the back of it. I would matten layer it to match what you've done at the front if you haven't got a space, but this one lends itself. You've got the detail then for people to display. It will stand up nicely, and then on the back you've got plenty of space there to and it looks as if it's part of the card then. But then if we pop it back that way for you, you can just see a selection of those.
That is amazing. And like we said, we've kept the details up on the screen there for you for that full 17-piece collection. There are smaller bundles available for you. So if you want to hit the Shop the Show page, you can, or the Shop the Day page. Maybe it's just those dies that you want to go for. Those are available for you in a smaller bundle as well. But I suppose it's just where your budget lies, or maybe you've got some of the collection already and not all of it, and you want to kind of beef it out a bit. Have a look at the Shop the Show, Shop the Day page. You'll see all of the deals right there for you. Robbie says, I love how you did that trim, and Colleen says, good for you, Jan. You look great. I'm currently in the same boat and trying to be more healthy also. We love our grandkids. I tell you what, you guys are loving the show as well. We're going to take a short break in a second. I just want to remind you that later on launch party this evening, we are going to be focusing on, amongst other things, the Gemini 2. The plates are flying out of the door. What I will tell you as well, and same still stands from earlier on, if you buy either of the plate bundles, so we've got the 9x12 and away to show you now, and then the 9x6 plate bundles. We've got the everything bundle, the Gemini everything bundle. Now I know stocks are very, very low, particularly in the US. But yesterday, because we didn't have the Gemini 2 available, we said we were going to have it available. It's not come off the container yet. Sarah had a little bit of a sweetener where she said, well, do you know what? If you buy the plate bundles, right, any of the plate bundles, we'll give you the opportunity to pick up the Gemini Everything bundle, which is, in essence, £250, $300 worth of stuff to work with your Gemini 2 for half price, and then half price again. So this is it here. If you buy any of the plate bundles I'm about to show you, stick this into your basket, and you won't pay this price, all right? So you'll pay $67.50 or $75, or if you're platinum, you'll pay £50 or $60. What I will tell you though is this is dwindling, particularly in the US. But to get that extra special price in it, you need to buy some of the plates, and these are available for you. So the 9x12 plate collection, you get everything that you need for your Gemini 2, your metal shim, or your metal cutting plate I should say, your magnetic shim, and your rubber embossing mat are made in the same way that we've always made those with the originals. Obviously you get a lovely different colour, that sort of raspberry colour as far as the Gemini 2 is concerned. You get those three, and alongside that you get these three plates as well. So the brand new white cutting plates, two of those of course, and that plastic shim. You can use these within your Gemini 2, of course. You can use these within your OG as well. The difference is these are kind of made of sterner stuff, is the way to look at them. What we're saying to you is, if you practice good housekeeping on these, if you treat these in the way that they should be treated, i.e. flip and rotate, you will get up to 3 times longer with your cutting plates, and up to 10 times longer with your plastic shim than you did with the original plates that came with your Gemini. So that's what we're saying, as long as you look after them. That's why these have been flying out in their droves, because people who bought the Gemini 2 want the replacement plates, and people now who've maybe got an OG and haven't yet got the Gemini 2 are saying, well, hang on a minute, if I get these plates, they're lasting how much longer? That's why these are disappearing. £50.38 is the platinum price for all 6 of those. Or if you're in the US, $71.95, and if you pop those in your basket, that then basically unlocks that Gemini Everyday bundle for you at an amazing price. And then you've also got your 9x6 plates for you as well. And these again are fantastic, because remember, these are going to run through a little bit quicker for you. We were doing some demos yesterday, and I think at one point, it was on the wake-up call, wasn't it? Debbie ran these through, went through in about 7 or 8 seconds, super swift, super quick. And whereas before, if you were using these, say, in the OG, you had to place them in that way, didn't you? You can place these in whichever way you want in the new Gemini 2, because it's got that optical sensor, that 9-inch optical sensor, which will read your plates wherever they are, which is so incredible. Such a brilliant new feature of the machine. But again, what you're going to get here, 6-piece collection, rubber embossing mat, your metal cutting plate, and then your magnetic shim. And then once again, same story here, 2 of those brand new white cutting plates and your plastic shim included in there as well. And it's exactly what I said about the bigger ones. If you use these correctly, if you flip and rotate them, up to 3 times longer you'll get with the white cutting plates, up to 10 times longer with that plastic shim. $34.51 or $47.47 is your platinum price on these. And again, you can multi-order these if you want to. With these being brand new and with us perhaps not having the biggest amount of stock we would have expected, you might be thinking that we'll say to you, well, actually you can only order 1 per customer. buy as many as you can afford, as many as you think that you would like. And then, of course, if you like the idea of getting that bundle of Gemini goodness alongside it, you can pop that bag in and get it for half the half price, which is incredible. Lots of people with items in baskets, so we are going to take a short little break. You get yourselves to the checkouts, get your baskets checked out, and in the meantime, if you have any other questions or comments about the amazing Say It With Flowers collection, which of course we're doing the masterclass on, you can fire those in, and we'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
What
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome! This is awesome!
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part, and it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello, Pammy. I feel like I've not said your name in ages as well. You said I ordered extra plates yesterday. Boom. And Crafty Andy says, Ben, what is the Gem 2 bundle? It's in this bag, the Everyday bundle, and I can show you what it looks like, but I can't specifically show you what the product is because product may vary. But it's £250, $300 worth of like goodies that you'll use with your Gemini 2. Basically, it looks like that. And so what it was, when we launched the Gemini 2, we were offering you this bundle. So it's £250, $300. But when we launched the Gemini 2, we said if you buy the Gemini 2, you can get this at that half price. And we were going to replicate that again yesterday, but of course the Gemini 2s didn't come in. So basically what Sarah said is if you buy the plate bundles, you can then get this for, rather than £100 or $120 platinum, you can get it for £50 or $60 platinum. Oi, 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 Producer Dean is the way that I would react to that as well. Oi, oi, oi. It's £250, $300 for £50 or $60 if you're platinum. So pop one of the plate bundles into your basket and you'll get all of these goodies. What I will specify though is if you did originally buy the Gemini 2, and you got this bundle when you bought your Gemini 2, I can't guarantee that the goodies that you'll get if you go for this again with your plates will be different. However, it's a lot of stuff for not much money. If you're in the US though, as far as I'm aware, we've got only a handful of these left. I've saw some messages being sort of flashed around. I think we maybe have about 20 of those left. So if you like the idea of it, go quickly. So that's what that is. Masterclass is all about the Say It With Flowers collection. Full bundle here. However, we have got some smaller bundles, and I know Jan's got another demo we're going to be bringing to you right now, which is going to feature the Statement Flowers Stamp Die and Embossing Folder collection. The sentiment she's also going to be using, which comes in the main set. However, if you just like the look of this next demo and you think, well, I can't stretch to the full collection, then this is the smaller collection to go for. Details on your screen, £18.70 or $24.92 will get you this beautiful 3D embossing folder with all of these stencils as well to allow you to colour with ease and create what is. I mean, that's a card in itself, isn't it? Add a sentiment, add a embellishment, you've got a beautiful, beautiful project. So you get all of that included in this bundle, alongside your pretty peonies. So that again is stamps and dies. This one actually comes as a split outer die. So if you want to kind of place this on the edge of a card or the top of a card, you can. If you want to cut the whole thing out, you can do. If you just want to use the stamps on their own, you can. Really lovely, big stamp to get colouring with, and then some beautiful sentiments to go alongside that. And then you're also going to get your Statement Floral Bouquet. That is a stunning die, beautiful. It's almost like what I would call a die brid. It's like an edgeable / creator card, this one, isn't it? It is. Do you like that, Jan?
I love it.
A die brid.
Very good. I should patent that one.
Yeah. You can. I do come up with some good things now and again. Yeah, copyright it, Dean. Write it down. Yeah, it's like a die brid. But if you hang on a minute, I want to show you. I'll show you in a minute. Jan did a beautiful card with this earlier on, which won demo of the show. But it's such a lovely, lovely die. She backed it onto some acetate earlier on. Did a little bit of paper piecing. Great to colour in as well. It's a lovely collection. So all of that is a mini bundle for £18.70 or $24.92. The only other thing that I think Jan will be using in this collection is the sentiment, which comes within the main bundle. But if you like the look of this demo and you're on a bit of a budget, this is the one to go for. So let's have a look at demo number 3 with Jan. What are you going to be creating for us?
Right, so I'm going to show you the stamp set. We're going to use this and we're going to do a partial stamp with it. And then I'm going to show you my stamp because mine's very special. So this is how it comes to you.
Right.
I have to laugh every time I see it. I'm like, oh dear. So this is how it comes to you. And what Ben was saying is that rather than it be what I called a matte layer, like we had on the last one with the sentiment, this actually comes in 2 halves. So you can basically cut either half of the stamp. So you could just cut the top edge and cut this away to make it into an edgeable, or you could use the other half and cut the bottom edge away. So if you wanted the stamp across the top with the bottom edge, or put them both together, cut it out and make a topper. So again, that versatility, being able, rather than it just being a set die that does one job. So this is your die set, and again, if I pop it onto some paper here, you can see that beautiful stamp, and you've got 3 separate sentiments in there. Now if I show you my stamp, you're going to have to look very carefully, Ben, but you've got to spot the difference.
Oh,
Can you see where the difference is?
I can't quite see how that's. Have you done what the?
So note to self.
Yep.
Those of you that follow my mixed media journey, do not use your stamps with Cosmic Shimmer Intense Pigment Stain, which we made a beautiful card, which I think maybe won one of the day show, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it's a stain. There's a clue in the title. My only reservation is I wish I'd have used the pink.
Oh, yeah.
But I ain't going to lose it now, am I? So it still works. It's not damaged the stamp, and I'm going to use it to make that point. It's not damaged the stamp in any way. It's just literally stained it.
You're less likely to lose it as well, aren't you?
Like I said, there was a clue in the title, wasn't there? Intense Pigment Stain.
That's so funny.
And I actually used it with the stain on here, and used the stain as an ink.
Yeah.
And then we used water to make the ink bleed. It was a lovely card. It had a look of the old, you know, the old pottery, the blue pottery.
Oh, yes.
It had a look of that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, subsequently, I've got a lovely blue stamp.
I
so,
love that.
Not going to lose it. So what I've done then is I've just got a scrap, and I mean a scrap of Nina cardstock here. See the little bit in the middle here? This is the bit that I want. I've just put it on some plain card because again we're going to overstamp. So what I actually want to do is just do a partial stamp for this one. So in the past I've done demos with this as the whole thing, but I'm actually just going to use it as a partial stamp.
Yeah.
And then I'm also, there are sentiments in here. You've got, you make me smile, you're the best, your kindness brightened my day. But I actually wanted one that filled the gap a bit better. So I did just say at the beginning that I'd use this one in nearly every a demo that I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the one off here that says so thankful for you, and I want this up in the top. So I just want to use this as a positioner, because that's going to go right up in the top corner, and then I want this to go right across into the gap like so. Because I'm using the magnetic platform now, I can leave both of those and we can actually stamp them together.
Yeah.
There's room to pick those up and stamp them both together. So I'm just going to use an alcohol proof ink, because I've actually chosen to colour these with alcohol pens.
Okay.
But if you wanted to colour them with a watercolour, just swap your finesse for a waterproof dye ink instead of the alcohol proof. And again, like I say, it works perfectly fine, the stamp. It has just literally stained the acrylic.
Is it not difficult to see where you're putting your ink now or not?
Not really. No, I can see the grey over the blue.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so
I've tried having a go at it with loads of different cleaners.
I was going to say, you did some great demos with the stamp cleaning station the other day, but I think that's beyond even that.
Yeah, I did try the cleaning station with the stamp, and I've tried the solvent cleaner.
No.
But no, it has literally just stained the actual acrylic, which, as I say, it's not stopping it working.
No.
It just means, as I say, I'm not going to lose it. If it gets stuck to something, it's not going to be the one that, oh, it's clear, I can't find it. It's going to be sat there screaming at me, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go for a second one with the image, the stamped, with the sentiment. The image is stamped fine.
Yeah.
I just want to build up that ink a wee bit on the sentiment there, just to make it a bit deeper. There we go. So that's the reason I put the paper underneath it, because I didn't want it to stamp all over the platform. But I actually want this bit.
Yeah.
This is the bit that we're going to use. Okay. So all I've done with this now is I've taken my alcohol pens, and I used a combination of the lilacs and the greens. Okay, and this is what I actually came up with when I'd finished. So if I just move them along, you can just see there, rather than spending an age colouring.
Yeah.
I'm back next week. I'm back on Friday with a Colour Me Happy show, so we can talk about the colouring techniques on that one. But yeah, just literally use the two, just a couple of shades. I've not even done a 3-shade blend. It's just a light tone and a mid-tone. And then for the leaves, I've just mixed a little bit of tan in with the green, just to make them look a bit more realistic. So that's going to be my topper. Okay, and this time we're going to make a little gift bag with it. So I've actually got my base at the ready, and I'll just talk you through this one. So I've got a piece that measures 10 3/4 by 7 3/4. Okay, and then on the short side, I've scored all the way down from top to bottom at 1.5 inches. So 1.5 inches on this side, rotate, and 1.5 inches on this side. And then down the centre, on the long side, I've scored at 4 3/4 inches all the way through.
Yep.
And at 6 inches all the way through. Okay? And then fold and burnish all those folds. Okay, so we've got the 2 edges, and then I've got the bit that's going to form the base here. And then there's a little bit of scoring to do, which I usually do with a score tool and a ruler.
Yeah.
So if you've just got a free score tool, it can be any score tool. All I've done is I've measured from that central score line here. I've just measured up 1.5 inches, and I popped myself a little pencil line here, and then I've done a score line with my ruler, and I normally do this on something like your stamping mat so that there's a little bit of you know, sort of like spongy underneath.
Yeah.
And I've just gone from that pencil line to where these lines bisect. So where this long line crosses this one. So I've gone from the outside into the middle, same at this side, outside into the middle, and then turn it round and repeat on this side. So 1.5 inches up on either side from your pencil mark into that corner on each side. And then what happens is this is going to fold in, and then we're going to fold. So these ones from the I folded from the outside of the bag to make mounting folds on the long folds, and the same at the bottom.
Yeah.
But then we're going to come back in with a valley along that little diagonal line here. And what happens is we're going to end up with this folding in like so, and this one folding in. So you end up with like a little gift bag. You can see inside there. I'm going to stick these pieces down, and then you've got your little piece inside here that you can put some treats in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say, was that just with our normal white multi-purpose?
You can do this with the multi-purpose, you could do it with Centura Pearl. Yeah, it wants to be a decent weight, but not too heavy that you can't score and fold it nicely. Okay.
Yeah.
And then all I've done is I've chosen one side, punched holes, and just put a couple of little brads in. This is going to be the front of the design, and I'm going to start and decorate it before I put it together. Now, I was struggling to find in this particular collection a square die that fit the shape that I needed. So I must admit, I have gone in my stash for an old die.
Yeah.
So anything that you've got from another collection or anything that you have in your stash, and that just fit the space perfectly. So again, I've used some scraps of pattern paper, I've got a layer of silver, a layer of purple, and then we're going to put that stamped layer on the top of here to create the front of the bag. So I need to stick those on first, and again, because I'm going cardstock to cardstock, I'm just going to go out with the all-purpose again.
Yep.
Not too worried about that outside edge. I'm just going to put the glue in the centre so that it's stuck down nicely in the centre. And I don't think there is a right or a wrong way with it. It doesn't really matter which way around that goes, because you can't see enough of the pattern paper underneath to decide whether it's upside down or not. So that one's going to stick in the centre, like so. And then this one. So once I'd actually done my colouring, I've just edged it again like I did earlier with the ink. I've just gone round with some purple ink, just so that it sort of like blends in here with that matte layer. And I've only left a tiny little matte layer on this one because I wanted to build it up. So that's the front.
Beautiful.
And then if I turn it the whole way round, I've got, this is a set of nesting dies that I've got at home, so I've just used a smaller one. And this is going to be my little greeting on the back here, and I've just handwritten to and from on here because I didn't have a stamp that did it, so I've just literally handwritten on there with a coloured pen, and that's going to be where we can write on there for the recipient. So that's going to go in the centre of the back of the bag. And again, this is the beauty of your collal, because you've got probably a good 60 seconds or so where you can actually have a fidget with it and get it in the right place before you commit to actually pushing it down and getting the glue to set. And then once we've done that, we can actually remove these pieces and stick the sides together. So just take those off, and then again it's a case of folding the diagonal ones as a valley, so you can see that that fold line's in the base there in the valley.
Yeah.
And then these were the mountains. So all we're going to do is close it as if we're folding this long line, but I'm actually going to bring this one up on itself until it matches that edge there. And the same at this side until that one goes straight with the side of the, and then you can just get inside there either with a ruler or your bone folder and just give it a good press inside. And then we're going to do the same with this side. So again, all I've done is folded that valley, and you'll feel it wants to go. You know, you don't have to sort of encourage it. I need to get a good press inside that one. That's it. So yeah, we're just going to literally push them in, push these sides in here, and you can see that that bit wants to fold in to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
And then just line up the edge with the edge of your box, and then just pop your fingers in to give it a good press. And that's why I've used the red line tape in there. It is a really good stick, and you know that it's going to stay where you put it. Okay, and then I've got a couple of bits of ribbon, so I'm just going to thread, or I'm going to attempt to thread this through to make the handle. So I've put little brads on the front. You could put them on both sides.
Yeah.
I just put them on the front because that's the bit that people are going to see mainly. So again, you could probably get away with doing this before you stick it together actually. Pop that through.
Very cute.
Okay.
What's going in that bag then? What do you reckon?
Ooh, what would you put in there? My Gemini's not going to fit in it, is it?
No.
Might need a bigger bag.
Not if you're trying to sneak it out tonight. You'd definitely get stopped by security on the way out, I think.
I certainly would. Our Tracy would be stood in the doorway, wouldn't she?
I know. You don't want to get stopped by her.
So you can either tie a little knot in these, or what I'm actually going to do, because I've got tape on the inside of those panels, you can just see there. I'm just going to take the tape off now because these are going to stick flat.
Yeah.
All right, so as I say, it probably would have been better to do this, but you'd have been able to see better before I actually put it together. But take the liner off, and then I'm going to trap the ribbon
I see.
inside, and then stick that piece. So it's actually, you can see now that it's flat. It's not got this flap on it. Yeah? And then the same at this side. So again, I'm going to take the liner off, the tape inside, and then literally, again, just fold the ribbon inside and then stick it together. It's a way of sealing it, and it's less bulk than tying a knot in it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the same at the other side. So I just need to do, in fact, I can finish that off in a second. I've just got a couple of little embellishments for the front, and this time these were from again, I've done them in paper, but these were those lovely little spiky chrysanthemum flowers. So I've got one of the medium-sized ones, and then these, the little diddy ones, are absolutely gorgeous.
They are cute, yeah.
Just little cute. And again, I've done them in scraps of the paper that I had left over from doing the frames, and you can just see here, I've just put some gems in the centre. I put a couple of them together here, and I just thought they would be nice as embellishments. I don't want to cover up too much of the stamp. I'm going to pop one of them at the bottom here. Probably don't need all three of them for the rest of it. I might just pop. Again, it's entirely, as I say, with embellishments, it's entirely up to you where you go with them. So I'm going to pop a little one with that one, and possibly one at this side, and then that will offset my sentiment. So I'm just going to use two of those small ones. As I say, I don't want to cover up too much of the stamp. So once it's got its other handle on, you can see we've got that lovely little bag there. I'm going to turn it around. I will put the other piece of ribbon in, but in exactly the same way. I've still got these two pieces loose at the back.
Beautiful.
So thread the ribbon through and then seal these two, and then you've got the space inside there. You can see to pop a little gift in.
I love it. I love that so much. There's been some fantastic demos so far. What are you guys thinking on the socials? Let us know. I can see a few comments already coming through. Ooh! That's what Crafty Andy says, not me. Ooh! Jan on Colour... Who does that sound like? Frankie Howard. Ooh. Jan on Colour Me Happy. I've got to sharp for that one. I hope nothing is on my schedule. Yeah, this Friday you've got Jan and Craig together.
Yes.
It's going to be a great day.
That'll be the 6 p.m. show, the Colour Me Happy,
Pam Riley says, you explain things so well. Beth says, those matching frames are darling. And Melanie D says, very cool. I'll be trying this soon. Thank you. Good morning from Houston, Texas, says Betsy through Black, says I'm late, but super excited to see the fabulous Jan. I've missed her on the shows.
Oh, bless.
And a lot of love for your pretty blue stamp as well. And Deb, I'll recap on this bundle in just a second. Debbie, I just wanted to speak to you as well, because you say, so you can only buy the plate bundle if you order the Gemini 2. No. You can order the plate bundles, whether you go for the 9x12 or the 9x6, you order those, fire away. What I was explaining was, if you order those, you can get the goodie bag. It's called the Gemini Everything Bundle, which has got all of those dies in it. You can order that for half the price if you buy the plates. You don't have to. Anyone who wants to order the plates can order the plates. If you want to get the bundle for half the half price, so for £50 or $60 if you're platinum, instead of £250 or $300, you then have to buy the plates to access that deal. But if you just want to buy the plates on their own, you don't need to have ordered the Gemini 2, because as we know, those new plates will work with your OG and your Junior as well. Just to recap then, if you want to be able to get this bundle, so many great deals from it, of course. The stamp that was used was this one here with the pretty peonies, so you've got that included in there as well, with that split die as we've already talked about. You've also got that statement floral bouquet in there as well, and then you've also got in there the beautiful elegant I know you said elegant fury then for a second, there's no fury there. Elegant Fury. Elegant Floral.
It should be the name of a racehorse.
Elegant Fury.
Fury.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Either that or like some sort of Chuck Norris movie. £18.70 is your platinum price on that, or $24.92 if you're shopping in the US and you want to pick that up in that bundle. As I've said, the brilliant thing is if you want to go for everything that you've got here, you have got for that amazing price, which we'll show you in just a little while. Pammy says, gorgeous gift bag, just needs a few chocolate bars. Chocolate bars is a great option to pop in there. And Debbie says, thanks, now I'm good. Excellent stuff. I never like it if anyone's confused, so I feel like I've not done my job properly. So now you're good. That is marvellous. We are going to take a short break. We've got some more demos to come. Obviously, we will get you to vote for your demo of the show in the final half an hour. But whilst you have got a short break, if you've got stuff in your baskets, get them checked out, and we'll come back in just a bit.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming. What does she do? Exactly how she looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze. If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablet or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Welcome back, everybody. Are you all diddling on this, nearly said Wednesday again? It's Tuesday, Ben! For goodness sake, it's definitely Tuesday. Sorry. It's Tuesday, not Wednesday. You watch tomorrow, I was saying it's Thursday. Getting all confused. It's definitely Tuesday. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. We're having a great time on this masterclass of the Sacred Flowers collection. Still to come tonight from 6, we of course have launch party where we are going to be giving you the opportunity to get your hands on those Gemini plates. Of course, I mean, you can grab them now if you want to. We're also going to be looking at the gorgeous floral creator card die collection. We've got the large outline floral dies as well, which we love, and 2 fantastic deals when it comes to our 24-hour deals on launch party, a brilliant Explorer kit, an out of this world deal that has been called an out of this world deal because guess what? It is out of this world. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. We're going to fire in another demo with this Sacred Flowers collection. As I've explained, if you have just joined us, you might not know, this is the full, well, it's not the full collection, it's the full selection of the collection, okay? Things like the paper pads are sold out, but you're getting all of the hardware. You're getting the dies, you're getting the stamps, you're getting the embossing folders, you're getting the dies to be able to make your flowers with as well. You've got your stencils in there, and templates alongside your flower forming foam just tucked behind there. So you're getting 12 sheets of your flower forming foam included in there as well. So that's the full collection of what we've got left. You're saving $63.83 today, which is incredible. $80.35. So instead of this price, $166 or $214, you're down to this price. Then you've got your discount within the Club Inspire as well, and with it being the pick of the day, of course, yeah, double points on this as well, so $82.40 or $107.20, and you're just a little bit shy of your free shipping here as well, aren't you? So do make sure that you check out £10 Tuesday, $10 Tuesday, where you've got all of those deals in there as well, where you can get things like double-sided plates for a tenner, Totally Tiffany storage for a tenner. My favourite paper pad of all time for a tenner. They're all there on the web for you, but things are already started to sell out, so do have a look. I think it's one of the best £10, $10 Tuesdays we've actually popped together in recent memory, so do have a look. Those deals will either sell out or they will disappear. They will disappear tomorrow. Producer Dean's just making me laugh. You know, he's our news producer. He says, yes, best £10 Tuesday I've ever seen. It's his first one. What a joker. He's going to fit in well here, isn't he? He is going to fit in well. But yeah, do have a look on the website. Everything there. Shop the show, shop the day, $10 Tuesday. And there is even a specific section as well for your Gemini 2 goodies. As I've said, we are out of stock on the actual machines themselves. As soon as we hear that those are back in, I will let you know. The one thing I will say, alongside the plates that we've got, we do have small quantities of the turntable available, but you may well be waiting for that magnetic stand to come in, because that will come to you eventually in a bundle with the turntable. So hang fire if you want to. I'll let you know when things do arrive, or whoever's on will let you know. But at the minute, it's mainly the plates you're going to be wanting to jump in for. So our big bundle is there, but we have got some smaller bundles. One of the smaller bundles we're going to be concentrating on next is the Sentiment Dies and Stamps collection. This is a fantastic set because you've got 3 wonderful die sentiments, which can be, from the size of them and also the fact that you've got that sort of matte and layer die, these can be the focal point of your actual project itself. I think these are brilliant. They're intricate, they're detailed, they really stand out, and you've got 3 fantastic sentiments. Happy birthday. I mean, can't get anything much more useful than that, really. You'll be using that day in, day out. And then you've got 2 wonderful generic sentiments, I would call these. So dearest friend could be for anything, couldn't it? Could be for a birthday, it could be a just because card. could be a sympathy card. It's a beautiful sentiment for whatever the occasion might be. And you've also got just for you as well, which I think, again, is very nice to have for whatever the occasion may be. So there's 6 dies in total there. And then on top of that, you're going to get the stamp set. So there's another 7 stamps in here, which say things like, friends with flowers, I pick you, thinking of you, happy birthday, so very thankful for you. And when I count my blessings, I count you twice. Oh, £18.18 for that mini bundle, or $23.82. If you like everything, though, that does come within this big bundle, which you will find on the web. But we're going to get this demo done, because I believe this is probably, is this like the most intricate demo of the ones we've done so far?
Well, I've sort of like been flipping and flopping. I've got 2 demos left.
Oh.
And I was going to go to the last one, but realised that it was using the same die as the one that we used in here.
Oh.
So I've actually backtracked a little, and I've gone back to demo 4, which uses that lovely elegance frame one from the die sets. So yeah, if I can't fit the last one in, we might be able to slot it in later, but if not, I'm sure it'll be useful for another one.
Useful for another day.
And then I've just opened all my prep kit that I've done, and I didn't put a piece of spare card in to cut the frame. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to actually use a little bit of glitter card, because this one's quite an intricate die.
Yeah.
And what we were talking about earlier about the number of cutting points that a die has, it's worth bearing that in mind, because the rollers on the machine are either going to come this way across the die, or if you've got your die in, it's going to come across this way. So what we're saying is the pressure applied over all this width of cut is going to be, it's hard to explain because the pressure doesn't change in the machine, but it's got to portion itself out across more cutting points than if you were cutting this way. Does that make sense? So wherever possible, you want the narrowest part of your die heading towards the roller. Okay? And because this is glitter card, I'm going to bring the metal shim in as well. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this down. I've just grabbed a piece of this from the side. The one that I want for my demo is actually a green one, but for some reason I haven't put any spare card in. So I must have been having a senior moment at that point. So, got my base plate, okay? I'm going to put the metal shim in, and I'm going to cut against that metal shim. So the minute you've got metal to metal, if you think about how your guillotines work, how your scissors work, you've got that biting point on the metal. So because this is a coated cardstock with that encapsulated glitter, it's going to give it a bit more bite with that metal shim. So I'm just going to take that all the way across, and then I'm going to bring in the rest of my plates and just pop them in as normal. And then we'll pass this one through the machine. Just lay that one down, just nice. It's just so easy. Oh, I'm in love.
Whisper quiet.
I'm in love, honestly.
That's even quieter than before.
I know. It's just sleek, isn't it? Yeah.
I feel sorry for the other gentleman that we normally use. He's up on the shelf over there. He's looking like he's a bit sad. He's been sort of popped on the shelf for now. Bless.
And then when we have a look on the back of here now, we should be able to see, if I take that outside piece off, you can see all those cutting points have come through beautifully on there. So that's why that metal shim is worth having in your stash. So if we take that one, you've got a little piece there that you can use for something else. And then what I'm going to do is use my die brush this time over the top, just to dislodge some of those pieces of cardstock out of the die. And it just helps to release the back of it a little bit. It'll not push them all out.
No.
And then if you just find, like I said, one of the holes, I know right in the corner here, they're going to be a release hole. Just to start that die off, and then just gently peel that from the back, and it should leave most of the pieces in the die, which you can then clean out later. Okay, and then there'll always be some little bits that grab, but just with your pokey tool or with the brush again. And I just think this is testimony, and I know Sarah did a lot of this for you yesterday with the Gemini, but to go through a coated cardstock like this And the detail and the intricacy of this particular one, it's just phenomenal how well. And I am going to literally poke every single piece out just to show you that the whole thing has cut.
Yeah.
Okay. Just those last little stubborn bits there in the bottom.
I think it's great to show how good of a die that is, but also how great the glitter card is.
It's a really
well.
pretty die. And again, I was talking earlier about, you know, crossover with your collections. It's like this one would go with pretty much anything. You know, imagine cutting it in craft card. Yes, it's got a floral element to the edges, but I think on a guy's card that would look fine.
Definitely.
But when you look at the detail on that now, it's absolutely gorgeous. Really is pretty. So that one's going to go in my packet in the Savers stash, because I actually did mine in some green cardstock. You can see the detail a little bit better there.
Yeah.
And then I've just spritzed it with my, spray and sparkle.
Yep.
Is the word I was looking for. And it's just the pearl diamond. So I've just given it a little tiny bit. You can just see the shimmer. If I move the card out of the way now, you can just see the shimmer on it there, look, where it's just picked up that diamond. So it was actually textured cardstock, and then I just wanted that little bit of extra something with it, and I thought, right, we'll just go with the spray. So what I'm going to do with this one is actually make like a diorama style card. So I've got my back already done.
Yeah.
And then the front, I've cut an aperture in that is the right size for this. And I'm going to build up, so we're going to put this back in the middle. So the first thing I want to do is just look at some mats and layers for it. So I've got a piece of acetate which is going to cover the aperture. Okay. And then I've actually cut a frame that's going to come over the top.
Wow.
Now this initially was the piece of cardstock that I cut this out of, and it's going to sit right back inside it here, and then we can see through the window to the piece at the back. So let me just get all that stuck down now. So I'm going to stick the piece of acetate. I've just put some 3mm red line tape all the way around here, and I'm going to pop that down first, she says.
Got some of your 3mm red liner tape in your Explorer kit today with the 3D concertina die. If you want to grab that.
So that one's just bigger than the aperture, but not as big as my frame, so that this hides nicely underneath. Just make sure that that's all sealed. And then this one is going to stick straight over the top. We've sandwiched that in between then. So again, I can go to probably my tape pen for this one. So nice and gentle, nice and slow with your tape pens. And then break that adhesion when you get to the end. So just give it a little flick, just so that it breaks the tape, and the tape that doesn't keep rolling, it doesn't get sort of stuck. And then this one's going to stick, and I've just made this 1/4 of an inch smaller than the centre of my card, so I've got a little bit of a border all the way around the edge there.
Yeah.
And then again, if I just give that a good press down, make sure that all that glue's sealed.
Is that the same with Flowers Pad again, is it, that you've used there?
Yes, this one is, yes. Yes, it was the last one that I'd used a different paper on.
Oh, was it?
I had on this, look, this has gone back to the Summer Meadow again. That was going to be the last demo, but I don't think we're going to fit both of them in. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to use my dotty tape pen to actually insert this back in where it came out. I've actually die cut this originally out of the centre of that piece of green card. So I'm literally just going to go in with the dotty tape pen this time. So again, it's swapping and changing glues to suit the purpose of what you're doing. So depending what you're asking your card or your embellishment to do, that's where you're going to choose which glue is going to be the best one for it. And if you're not sure about that, most of the team have done glue school. Again, if you search on YouTube for Crafters Companion glue schools, most of us have done one at some point or another, explaining all the different glues and how they work and what they're best suited to. So that's now going to drop back in the space there like that, as if it was sort of like made to be there. And I just wanted the contrast between the frame and then the pearlescent part in the middle. So again, I just want to make sure that that's stuck down well. And then I've just created a couple of panels for either side here to go on that side. So again, I'm going to jump again because I'm going cardstock onto that fibrous craft card. I'm going to come back with the wet glue. Okay. So we've got a little bit on that one. And then the same at this side. And I did write left and right on the top of these because I'd cut them from a continuous piece of paper. So you can see that this runs into this, and then this one came from here. So it looks as if your paper goes all the way across.
It's all those little details that kind of take your cards from good to great, isn't it, I think?
It's just something that you get sort of used to, I think.
Yeah, it's a great tip,
like,
though.
to me, this, you know, even though it's going to be folded, you know, this runs into here, that runs into here. It's just, I don't know, it's just pleasing.
Yeah,
pleases me. And then literally we're going to stick these two together. So again, this is my back. I've just used some of the reverse of the paper and just matted and layered that inside. And then again, I'm going to use that lovely all-purpose, which sets like rock. So once this is actually glued together, it's not going anywhere. So just on the side panels there, and then we can line up the front one up to that edge, and the same at this side, and you've got your diorama. Just needs a second. The only trouble with the wet glue on air is that it just takes a second to start to cure.
Yeah.
So I've just moved that one a little bit, but I think we're good. And same on that side. So yeah, I'm not going to interfere with it too much until it started to go off. And then, I knew I'd forget, that bit was supposed to go inside. Oh, Jan.
Well,
I might be able to rescue it.
Slip it in there.
Yeah. So I might have to trim it, but this bit was going to go in here. So all I'm going to do is just take a little bit.
Is that just putting onto a bit of, is that vellum?
This is vellum.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of the stamps. I said this was going to come in handy, didn't I? If friends were flowers, I'd pick you. And I'm just going to, I was actually going to glue it in, but I'll just slot it underneath.
Slot it for now, yeah.
Yeah. Where there's a will, there's a way, isn't there?
That's it.
That's going to go in there like that. Ideally, it wanted to be secured, but it'll be okay like that. And then again, I've taken some of the flower forming, and this time I have layered them up a bit more like you used to. This one's actually the peony, and I've put the stamens inside here, so I've got lots of layers in these because I'm going to use these as embellishment on the bottom. And for that, you can either use your hot glue, or I need some, there we go. I'll use the silicone because I've not got my hot glue gun on. So again, we'll just use silicone glue on that one.
Do you tend to make your flower, what's your kind of go-to material for making flowers when you make them? Is it foam mainly?
I like the paper ones actually. Yeah, a lot of mine are actually, I use the dyes, but I tend to make them out of paper. I don't mind doing the flower forming, but it's another set of equipment that I don't keep out, so I have to find it and locate it and get it out and find the iron, and yeah, sometimes I'm just like, oh, too much trouble, Jan. If I had room to leave it all out, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to use a little bit of the 3D gel on there and pop these on the bottom as an embellishment like so. And then I've just cut, again from that set, in cardstock this time, I've just cut some of the leaves that go with that particular one. So those are going to go just in the edge there. Like so.
Pretty.
And then again, just to offset it, I've got that little bow, which we're going to pop up at the top. So we've got that opposite corners. And then the biggest tip I can give you with your glue is just to make sure before you put, if you put the lid on now, I've got probably a good 1/2 inch of nothingness in the top of there, and if the air gets trapped in it, it will cure the glue. So make sure that you've got your little bit of glue just popping proud of the top of the tube, and then it will seal with the lid. So there's no air trapped in it, because the air's not its friend. It really does make it sort of cure and set, and you'll just end up with a huge mess inside there. So again, if I turn you that one round, you can see there that we've got that little bit of dimension in that one with the diorama, but it still does stand up to give you that detail.
Wow.
So that's using that beautiful frame there.
I mean, I'll take you through all of the options you've got with this, but what a final project. What's everyone thinking on the socials? We're going to give you a chance to vote on these in just a second, but see a few comments coming through. Pam E says, that is so pretty. Hannah says, that is so vibrant. Vibrant is a great word. Pam Montenegro says, I love Jan's colour. I love her colour choices for this project. Such a gorgeous colour palette, says Pam E. It's beautiful, isn't it? I think it kind of fits the theme of the day. Gorgeous, lovely, sunny day. And I think certainly that project really does bring the sunshine. I will take you through the full collection in just a second, but let's get the vote going for your favourite card. Brenda Billy Woods is saying that is such a pretty card. It certainly is. If you have just joined us and you're wondering what else Jan has made over the course of the show, we'll line them all up and get Jan to take us through these, and then I'll recap on the deal for you. It's going to be a tough vote because you've got 4 really different projects here, haven't you, Jan?
Yes, I do try and do something different. The last one was going to be one of the drop-down boxes, which I've seen Sarah demo before. I think I've done one of them before, but I shall have to save that for another time because I'm not going to have time to fit that one in. So right at the top of the show, we kept it relatively straightforward and used the stamp set to make our background, and then those beautiful sentiment dies, a happy birthday and the little greeting inside. So that was number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, we did our fancy fold using that lovely Baroque frame and the intricate arc here on the edge to decorate, and then just some of the little foam flowers again. So that was number 2. Number 3, we used that lovely peony stamp set and made a little gift bag. I've just put the other handle in that now, so you've got like a little little compartment. Then you can either put a little, I usually put like a little, either a glue dot or a little bulldog clip on the top just to hold it fastened, and that's using just partial stamping from that stamp set. And then that last one you've just seen me do uses that beautiful frame, and then we've just incorporated a couple of the foam flowers in there as well.
That's a tough one.
1, 2, 3 or 4?
Let's give you about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes to get your vote in on that, but that is going to be, I would not like to call that. And then of course you'll have the vote later on for the demo of the day as well. It's been a brilliant day so far. Big show coming up later on tonight, launch party, which we're looking forward to. I'll tell you more about that in just a second. Let's just recap though on this amazing bundle. I'll show you all of the goodies that you're going to get within it. It's not the full collection that when we launched it, but it's pretty much, well it is, it's all of the hardware, plus you're still going to get some of the consumables in the form of your flower forming foam, which is here. I'll just quickly show you that as well. So you are going to get the ribbon. I can show you that on the board, but the flower forming foam you're going to get is here. So you're going to get these 4 beautiful colours, 3 sheets of each, giving you your 12. I like the fact that we've got the pink, we've got the red, that gorgeous sort of peach, but then you've also got some of your green flower forming foam in there too. So I always think it's nice when we have those bundles of flower forming foam where we give you the green for your foliage as well. You don't have to kind of go search elsewhere for that. So that's the whole bundle. It would normally cost you £166.63, $214.35. Look at the saving today. That is a big saving. It's $103 you're paying, so you're saving £63. $134, so you're saving $80. That's your free shipping there as well if you're in the US. If you're platinum, of course, you will need to add in a few other items to get to it, but it's great that you're making an even bigger saving. So you're at £82.40. $107.20, and that is today's pick of the day, so you will get double points on that as well. So you're basically you're getting a saving, but you're not losing out on the points, because here you would have got 166 points, 214 points. Here you're getting 164 points, 214 points. So it's fantastic in a way, really, that you get the saving without being kind of punished with the points. But what are you going to get in the collection? Well, let's show you everything here you're getting within the set. So all of these beautiful sentiments in die form. They are brilliant. If you're looking for a sentiment that's going to really take central point on your card, then you could, I mean, look no further than here, really. They are fantastic. They're super detailed. They're super big. You've got the outside die in there as well to give you your layer. So you've got happy birthday, beautiful dearest friend, and like I've said, these last two I think are useful for all sorts of different projects, for all sorts of occasions. So there's just because cards as well, and then you've also got the just for you, and then we give you all of those stamps as well. There's 7 of those in total. You've got so very thankful for you, you brighten my day, thank you for being a true friend, thinking of you, happy birthday, if friends were flowers I'd pick you, and when I count my blessings I count you twice. No. So that's the first lot of goodies you're going to get. Also in the main bundle, you're getting all of these beautiful dies. This is a smaller bundle on its own as well, by the way, so check the shop today. But you get the beautiful Timeless Elegance, lovely, lovely frame, that one which you've just seen. I think out of the 2 frames you get in your set, this is my favourite, the Floral Splendour. So much opportunity there to maybe do a bit of colouring, a bit of paper piecing as well if you want to get into that. It's a lovely, lovely frame. And then also this set, super useful, that classic Baroque. I mean, whether you use this with this collection, use it elsewhere, it's just such a useful frame which is going to go across all sorts of different collections, whether you go portrait or landscape. And these 2 dies, again, so super handy for you to be able to create your own borders with, just to have little embellishments on the corners of your projects. Just think it's so great that you've got those in there to use as you will. And then this die, wow, the intricate arc. Intricate, not really the word there, is it? If there's a word that's more intricate than intricate, that's what that is. But again, you've got your beautiful dies included in the bundle. But there's a lot more, because then on top of that, you're going to get this beautiful statement floral bouquet. I meant to show you this earlier on. This is the card which won demo of the show on Wake Up Call earlier on. Oh, whoa, whoa! I thought I was falling over then for a second. No. Yeah, so you've got that beautiful die, and as I said, I called it earlier on. It is like a die grid, isn't it? Because it's
I love that.
Create a card / edgeable.
Yep.
So you can have a look here and just see how Jan created that into your craft card, but then using the acetate behind to paper piece back in that beautiful pink card. I love that card, one earlier on, but that's the kind of thing that you can do with that die. Then you've got the stamp and die set, which is the Pretty Peonies, as we talked about earlier on. Great stamp set, really, really big and bold, great for practicing all your colouring with. If you've just done the Academy of Colour and you're looking for some great stamps to colour, that is one right there. Sentiments, yes, and then this die which breaks into 2. So if you want to cut the whole thing out, you can, but then you've got the ability to be able to place this wherever you want on your card, which gives it, I think, real maximum craftability. And then you've got your Elegant Floral Spray set, which is that beautiful 3D embossing folder with all of the extra elements as far as the stencils are concerned, so you can really give that a fantastic layer of colour. And again, that set there is going to create you one beautiful card, because that for me is a beautiful card front. Pop on one of your sentiments, maybe one of the ones that you've got in that set, and add an embellishment, and that's a beautiful project done. But that is not all that you're going to get in this main bundle, because on top of all of that, you've got all of the elements to be able to create your flowers. Now, as I've mentioned, I haven't got the board for it, but I did show you it. You've got your 12 sheets of flower forming foam. You're then also going to get the ribbon included in here too, plus all of the templates to build your own bouquets. So we associated these initially with the crepe paper which you got within the kit. I loved your suggestion earlier though, Jan, of using felt with these as well.
Yeah, you could put them onto little headbands and things then, like that.
That's such a great idea. But you've got your dahlia, you have the garden rose, You've got all of the templates in here in the peony. Oh, there are those ribbons. I knew they were hiding somewhere. 9 lots of ribbon you're going to get in there as well. That beautiful ribbon in matching colours with your foam. And then you've got your carnation included in there too. And then, if that wasn't enough, this is such a bumper bundle, all of the dies to be able to make your flowers with. So whether you use your foam, which you get in the bundle, incredible. Whether you want to use paper, of course, you can do that as well. Vellum, potentially?
They look nice, made in vellum. If you've got any of the printed vellums from the collection, I know there was vellum came with the original Say It With Flowers. They look beautiful, cut out of the vellum and then shaped.
But you've got the chrysanthemum. That one there is that beautiful, delightful rose. And then you have your beautiful peony in there too. That is the full collection. If you like it, details on your screen there. If you like individual elements from it, you can go individually. If you decide that you want to go for the smaller bundles, they're all listed on the website for you. So do check out the Shop the Show, Shop the Day page. But What I Hear You Cry has won demo of the show. Well, all of Jan's makes are winners. So hard to pick, says Paul Print ×4. Such a pretty card, says Brenda. And Vicky says, Jan's colour combinations are stunning. What a talent. I can tell you, in second place, I love egging this out. Second place was number 2.
Right.
But the winner, 4.
Number 4. There you go. Thank you very much, guys.
That's a cracker,
I think
isn't it?
the orange with the craft card looks lovely, doesn't it? And that the colours were taken just purely from the collection. So the fact that I'd actually got the paper pad, that's where the colour scheme came from, and then I've just worked with it.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you very much.
Well done. We will have more great demos in the later show. Have you enjoyed the show? I hope you have. Let me know in the comments just before we go. Later on tonight, Jan and I are back at 6 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. That is midday Central. I don't do that very often. But what we're going to be bringing you on that show is a look at our amazing floral dies. The big ones are coming your way a little bit later on. The large outline floral dies. We've got our floral creator card dies as well, plus an amazing Explorer kit, plus an out of this world deal. And we are going to be bringing to you the opportunity to get your hands on the plates as well. I mean, you can grab them now. And I know Jan has been using these right throughout the day, but the brand new plate combos for your Gemini 2, 6-piece collection for the 9x12s. So that again brings you your rubber embossing mat. Love the new raspberry colour. It's fantastic, isn't it? You've got your magnetic shim, and you've also got your metal cutting plate in there too. Alongside that, the brand new white cutting plate and your fantastic plastic shim. We'll talk more around these a little bit later on. However, grab these for your G2. They will work through your OG as well. And if you want to get those as a backup for the ones which you already bought with your Gemini 2, I can pretty much guarantee you'll also want to get the 9x6s as well. These, again, just when you don't need the bigger ones, these are going to whiz through even quicker for you. And of course, with the optical sensor, you've got the ability to whack these through this way, that way, whatever way. And again, magnetic shim, metal cutting plate, rubber embossing mat, and then the 2 brand new white cutting plates and that plastic shim included in there as well. $34.51 or $47.47, and don't forget, if you buy either of those, if the stock is still remaining, you can pick up that Gemini Everything bundle, which has £250 worth, $300 worth of goodies to use in your Gemini 2 for half the price. Half the price it should have been. So basically it's £50 or $60 if you're platinum, but the stock on that, particularly in the US, is dwindling. So this is the price that you should pay. If you pop the plates in your basket and then add this in as well, you'll pay half that price or half that price. My head hurts. Get to the checkout, get those items checked out, and come back and join us at 6 o'clock this evening. It's going to be another fantastic show, launch party. As I've said, 24-hour deals on the Explorer kit, 24-hour deal as well on that amazing Out of This World deal, and some more great demos to come. Plus, of course, the vote for the demo of the show and the vote for the demo of the day as well. Massive thank you to Jan. Thank you to you for watching, and we will see you in a couple of hours' time. Bye for now.